What's that? You use an old computer from 2023? Well, how about a computer that's 23 years old? Hi, I'm Sam Tucker, and today we're having a look at the 2003 Apple iBook G4. That's right, before they had MacBooks, they had iBooks. And I have to say, this computer does look pretty stylish for a PC that's older than a lot of the people watching this video. Alright, so let's have a look. As you can see, it is a bit of a chunky boy. They made him bigger and thicker back in the day for your satisfaction. Also, you get a lot more ports, I think, back then than you do now. Look at this, you got your phone port, your Ethernet port. I believe that's FireWire. I think the old iPods might have used those, and I had a couple of old video cameras that used that. A couple of USB-A's, a display port, and headphone jack. There's the back of it there. Looks like a handle, but I think that actually just holds the screen in place. On the other side, we have the disk drive, and yet no MagSafe, we have a barrel plug to charge the battery. And the battery itself is kind of an interesting thing because you can see it right there on the computer. This little quarter is the battery. And if you press this special button here, it's got a full charge based on those lights. So you don't even have to open your computer to find out how much battery you got. And everyone's going on about the Neo, how easy it is to take that battery out and fix it. This battery is held in place by the most Apple way ever. And that of course is with money. You need a little bit of money to get your battery out. And there it is. This is an authentic Apple battery, or at least it looks very much like one. Very good restore job on the guy I bought this from online. Does look very nice. The whole computer hasn't really yellowed or anything. And on the later models, of course, you can even get to your RAM and your disk drives through this panel, but doesn't look like that's how this one worked. The battery back in, and there is the unlock button there. Let's see if this passes the one-handed opening test. Press the button, clips up. Oh, ha, it does too. Even back then, Apple could have computers that passed the test. Here we have these two gorgeous speakers. We'll test the quality of those. The squarish trackpad with a physical button. This isn't a multi-touch, it's a single touch, and I don't even think you're allowed to scroll with two fingers back in the day, so it could be a little bit troublesome. And forget about the butterfly keys. This has all the travel in the world. With the Apple logo. Why did they take the Apple logo off the keys? That was a fun little thing. Oh, and this is interesting. There's no webcam, but there is something going on there. And you wonder, how does this stay closed? Is it magnets or is it a hook? Well, the answer is both. Oh, did you see that? Have a look. You start to close it, and a little hook springs out. And then you press this button, whoop, it retracts that little hook, and then it opens. All right, let me change this camera angle and turn her on. I just realized the way I said that, it sounded like I was making a different kind of video.
A few moments later.
Oh, the beautiful bong. As we buy many MacBooks, these are the bongs of our lives. And as you can see here, since we took the battery out, we did confuse the computer and we reset the clock to March 24, 2001. Oh, what a year that was indeed. I remember it like it was, gosh, 25 years ago. Wow, that's a little depressing. Let's just click OK and forget all about that. But then, actually, the clock is set to December 31st, 1969. So, you know, it could always be worse. Well, all right then, let's have a look at the specs that we're dealing with here. macOS X 10.4 software. This is macOS Tiger, which was way back in 2007, a couple of years ago. Oh, and look at that processor. That's right. Forget about Apple Silicon. Forget even about Intel, because this powerful PC runs PowerPC. 1.33 gigahertz, and of course a whopping 768 megabytes of DDR SD-RAM. There's no number after DDR. They usually have numbers after them now. Well, let's just have a little look at this aqua theme. This is pre-liquid glass, of course, but have a look at this. We get beautiful brushed metal, not on the computer itself, that comes later, but on the applications. They had to get it right in the software first. And this beautiful blue bubblegement that we see in the apps. Oh, and look at these chunky images they have for your different parts of your computer. There were so few parts in the computer they could afford to make the icon so big. Well, all right, so what I want to do is a test to see if you can use this ancient computer as something usable today. So we're going to run through a few tests. The first of which is internet. Okay, so the wireless network I want to connect to doesn't show up, so that's not a good start. Let's do the classic turn it off and on again. Ah, there it is. Now it shows up. There was an error joining the network. Oh, okay, so it can't connect to modern Wi-Fi. So just make sure you have some long cables if you want to plug this in. It's good that the battery though works. I don't know for how long, but we'll see. So now let's fire up Safari. Okay, so not off to a good start. Safari can't open apple.com. Oh, let's open .mac. Does that still exist? Well, not on this computer. Apple hot news. No articles. There's no hot news from Apple. Why is this website still active if nothing happens on it? It's like my website. Let's see if Amazon loads up. All right, so Amazon must have sold out of products. Nothing's for sale on Amazon anymore. That's a shame. Anything from Yahoo? Oh, here we go. Erin Brockovich. She's fighting Julia Roberts? No, she's fighting the data centers.
What makes you think you can just walk in there and find what we need?
They're called boobs, Ed.
Google.com. Okay, and it's complaining that we don't have a modern browser. Come on, this is the 2007 Safari. I think there is actually a software update available. Oh, look at this. A bunch of upgrades here. Live support. I think this computer does need some live support. And there you go, Safari version 4.1.3. So maybe installing these updates will help us out. Hopefully it doesn't take too long.
2,000 years later.
All right, we have now just installed all the updates that are available for this machine. And you know what? Good on Apple for still having those updates on their server. Now that we have the latest Safari, let's see. Apple.com Safari, welcome, but we're not welcome. Okay. Well, I guess good news, we're pretty protected on the web because I'm pretty sure a web page needs to load before it can track you. So we're incognito by default. But that's not true if you use a computer that was made in the last 2 decades. And that's why I'm happy that this video is sponsored by ProtonVPN. Yes, just like I said, 7 years and, well, 7 kilos ago, going online without a VPN is like surfing the web without pants. And websites can see your little IP, a unique identifying number. But when you use ProtonVPN, you're putting on virtual pants. So now websites can't see your IP address and track you that way. And all your traffic is encrypted. So even your internet service provider can't see where you're visiting. Great if they don't like you talking to Torrent, your friend Torrent. He's a good guy. And with fast servers all around the world, you can stream Netflix shows from other countries. Like I'm in Europe now, but by connecting to Proton's Australian servers, I was able to watch Channel 9's Carols by Candlelight during Christmas. It's not the best Christmas show in the world, but it's the one that Australians watch. Now shush, Dennis Walter's about to blow us away. For better privacy, it also has an integrated ad blocker. The code is all open source, and unlike me after my morning coffee, it leaves no logs, so no one can sift through your web history, as verified by third-party auditors. Surf the internet with privacy, and click the link in the description or go to protonvpn.com/SAMTIME to get up to a 70% discount when you sign up to ProtonVPN's 2-year plan. Let's see if we can play a movie. Let's test out that disk drive. We have slim pickings of DVDs in the studio. Okay, well, we can try the classic Aladdin sheet lamper. The Toshiba we tried had a bit of trouble playing this, but maybe the Mac has got what it takes. Does its little DVD fart as it spins up. Oh, it's loading. And there it is, Aladdin. Not quite the Disney classic that I remember, but it works. Not permitted. Okay, be careful what buttons you touch. So yes, DVDs do work. That's a plus. Well, let's try to play some music with the classic iTunes. Remember iTunes, everyone? Remember when that existed?
No.
Okay, we accept. Agree to all this.
By clicking agree, you are also acknowledging that Apple may sew your mouth to the butthole of another iTunes user.
All right, here we have iTunes. Let's start off with podcasts. Can we still get podcasts on this? Accessing the iTunes store. It's taken a while to access this store. Report a concern. Yes, the program isn't doing anything. Oh, iTunes could not connect to the iTunes store. An unknown error occurred. I'm pretty sure I know what error occurred there. Okay, so let's put a bit of music on here. I got some MP3 type tracks on my USB stick here. Open with iTunes. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha. And there it is. Seven Nation Army. That sounds like it's in a very distant radio in the next room, but it's still got some oomph. So that's a tick. Now, the good news is I was able to install both iWork and iLife onto this computer. Unfortunately though, iMovie wasn't compatible with this computer, so we can't do any video editing. But let's see if we can import some photos. Yeah, let's have a look at the photo app iPhoto. All right, well, let's try to import some of these photos now. Here we are, put these into iPhoto, bang. How do you do, young Sammy T? There for your viewing pleasure, whoa! I'm turning Super Saiyan. In fact, let's edit me a little. Red eye removal. Let's just go auto enhance. Let's go. Booyah. We've enhanced it. Let's put a little circle around that. Adjust some of the colors. All right, tell you what, I think this one is even good enough to print. Let's see if it recognizes the printer on the network. You'd have to think a lot about this. It's like, what is this, a printer or is it a time machine? I haven't seen technology this advanced since 1969. Searching for new drivers? Should find some old drivers. Okay, and using that 20-year-old driver is not working. Not to worry though, because we can just order a print. Connection could not be established at this time. The time that it could be established is 2 decades in the past. But, you know, you can still import your photos and tweak them in the machine, so I'm giving that a tick. Now, because we can't access other websites, maybe we need to build our own with iWeb. And we could become a .Mac member. This was before the great Mobile Me, which was a great service. Yuck. Let's go dark theme. We'll have a welcome page. You know, part of me wishes that Apple kept up with iWeb because it was a lot easier to use than WordPress. I built my own website with WordPress and then it keeps breaking and then there's plugins that break and all of it breaks all the time. And look, you can just add a shape and move it wherever you want. Let's see if I can paste the code from my existing website into this offline Apple website and yes, the all-powerful SAMTIME test. Our scientists have worked very hard to design this test. All right, here we go. And we've just run out of cameras on this battery. It was too excited, it couldn't handle it. All right, I'll be back after I get this battery. You get 0 on the SAMTIME test.
A few moments later.
Oh no. So for some reason I can't click this button, or maybe I can click the button and it, for some reason, doesn't work on a 20-year-old computer? What? Okay, so, well, we tried everyone, I'm sorry. So let's play a sad song in GarageBand. A magical little popsicle stick to load it, beautiful. Takes its time. Oh, the band's gone to sleep at this point. Okay, the computer's almost gone to sleep. Keyboard. All right, let's record my beautiful song. Beautiful. So for the second track, we'll use the piano again, except we'll use my secret technique of only hitting the black keys. Let's get a bit of a drum beat to this now. Cool. Now, I wonder if this has a microphone. Are we able to add some vocals to this? Give me male dance vocals, please. Here we go. The best track in town. Everyone thought that GarageBand was the best, but it's the best, it's the best, it's the best. And we love it better than AI. See, you don't need AI, you got beautiful Sam track. Let's upload this track to AI and then ruin AI music for everyone. If it's learning from this, we're not having a good time. So creating music is a success. But it's not all fun and games. Macs are also for business, okay? So let's check out Pages. And here we are. I actually use Pages to write all the scripts on my parody videos that I do. And I even wrote the script to the little integration in Pages on this iBook to test it out. And not only did it work just like the modern Pages did, it even opened easily without any problems on modern Pages. So I guess that probably says that Apple hasn't really updated their Office suite in all these years, but hey, if it works, it works. Let's have a little check out of Keynote now. Keynote is the best. When I was at university, I had a MacBook, slightly more modern than this one, but I used Keynote in all of my university presentations, and you know what? I passed. Didn't do the best, didn't do the worst. And everyone thought I was cool. And of course, as we know, nobody uses Excel to do any spreadsheets. The number one program for that is Numbers. Again, I actually do my accounting in Numbers. I did that up until a point and then I needed a real accountant because, well, they thought it was a bit silly. What does Monday plus 10 equal? It equals anger. Yes, Monday is always a negative. And there you go, you can do all your work on the computer, so that is also a success. Can I play old videos that I've got? Trip of a lifetime. Go, Sammy. Oh, remember when ice was $3? Weren't those the days? What do you reckon, Ben? Oh, 24-hour Maccas. I know what's on your mind. See, my videos used to be very exciting back in the day. And you know, we've been having fun here for, about an hour and a half, and the battery is still at 54%. So you know, the battery still works pretty good. And that is the iBook G4. And golly gee, it's not a bad computer for the age. You know, 23 years old, it can drive, it can drink, it can vote. One thing it can't do is run the video editing software I had. And it struggles a little bit to connect to the internet, but if you want to watch your classic DVDs and write your video scripts, this is the machine for you. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, stay funky. SAMTIME signing off.
Subscribe today.
Oh, we actually have some more news sites here. Here we have the New York Times. Nothing there. I thought that was a daily paper, but apparently not. CNN appear to be closed. Closed for business. Good. Washington Post. Nah. Let's see if YouTube says yes. YouTube says no. It says to download Safari, but we're using Safari.